Before the performance of our anthem, we ask you to please join us in a moment of remembrance for Ted Turner, a brilliant businessman, transformative figure in baseball, and the owner of the Atlanta Braves for 20 seasons.
A nice moment by the Seattle Mariners last week after the news was announced that Ted Turner had passed away at the age of 87. Seattle holding a moment of silence ahead of their game against Atlanta, and right before the broadcast kicked off on Braves Vision, we asked analyst Paul Bird about Turner's relationship with Braves players.
Yeah, I played for the Braves 97, 98, 03, 04, and there was nobody that was a bigger presence. It was him and Hank Aaron. When they walked into the room, everything stopped. So Ted would come and give us pep talks before the playoffs, and they were fantastic. He was very funny, very eccentric, as we all know. And in 03, he walked in and told Greg Maddux with what we were paying him, which was $15 million, which was astronomical at the time, he should never lose. And we all burst out laughing because nobody could say that to Greg except Ted. And that was the kind of person he was.
If there's something that was forever impacted by the hands of Ted Turner, it was certainly the Atlanta Braves. His decisions single-handedly helped transform the Bravos into a baseball powerhouse and the team of the 90s. Turner will be remembered as one of the most legendary figures in franchise history. He bought the team in 1976 and served as owner for roughly 20 years. He even appointed himself manager for one game. In his campaign of revolutionizing the television industry, Turner brought the Braves to millions of living rooms across the country by broadcasting them nationally on TBS.
The Braves, as part of Turner Broadcasting, were an incredible programming engine that jettisoned us into the future, having 150 games on TBS while it was on the satellite. Whether we won or lost, it became an amazing soap opera in every home in the United States every night.
And it was not just the Bravos. Turner also bought a majority stake in the Hawks in 1977. He said he did it to keep the team from moving out of the Atlanta area. The Hawks made the playoffs 15 times during his ownership. We remember Ted Turner as more than former owner of the Braves and Hawks. He's the man who changed broadcast television and left a distinct mark on the city of Atlanta. Atlanta News First reporter Justin Berger sat down with another Atlanta sports icon who knows the measure of Turner's influence all too well.
Ernie Johnson Sr.'s Milwaukee Braves jersey hangs in Junior's home office. There they are on the field together, just a few years before his dad traded the cleats for a microphone and started calling games for Milwaukee's team that eventually moved south to Atlanta, and before too long was broadcasting for Ted Turner's spunky startup, TBS.
So for me, with my dad being one of the play-by-play guys, it was like suddenly everybody in the country knows who he is.
After years in the local television game, Ernie Johnson Jr. got the call, inviting him to join Turner Sports.
My first thought was, wow, same place as my dad, which is pretty cool.
That was 1989.
There was such a cool feeling about walking in here, and I was saying, well, this is Ted's empire, and I'm walking into it.
Johnson's career has taken him all over the country and world.
I owe everything to him,
including covering Ted Turner's Goodwill games.
The games were going to lose $15 to $16 million, and Ted didn't bat an eye. He just looked at him and said, "Do you think that's a lot of money? Man, we're saving the world."
Turner was a superstar.
You'd be at the Atrium in CNN Center, he'd be walking around with Jane Fonda.
The same guy that participated in Braves pregame ostrich races with Ernie Sr.
And they got brooms that's how you steer an ostrich, apparently.
A visionary and trailblazer.
He just had these dreams that he would make sure happened.
With a bit of a flair for the outrageous.
He pretty much had diplomatic immunity. You know, he could say whatever he wanted to, and folks would say, well, that's just Ted being Ted, which is a rare thing to have. I think the only other person I know who has that is Charles Barkley.
Turner is gone now, but his legacy lives on through people like Ernie Johnson.
This entity that he created, it's everything. Never thought I'd be at the same place for 37 years, doing what I love to do. I mean, that's a gift. And basically, it was a gift from Ted.
Justin Berger reporting Turner's legacy extended far beyond sports. As you can see, in 1997, he pledged $1 billion and created the UN Foundation to support the United Nations. At the time, it was the largest individual philanthropic gift in history. He achieved a Lifetime Achievement Emmy in 2014 for his generous contributions to society. So many great memories and stories of Ted Turner that will live on. The Turner family has planned a private funeral service. A public memorial will be held at a later date. This Week in Braves Country. We'll be right back.